Hello, it's Lisa with Reliable Dental Lab. Today I want to talk to you about your portal overview. I pretty much want to get you familiar with how your portal runs with some tips and tricks to make things a little bit easier. This here is your home page. Your home page gives you the opportunity to know about any promotions we may be running or any changes in your account. We do have an accounting tab. The accounting tab gives you the opportunity to make a payment online, view your balances, also view your statement, and view your sales. The case portion has features such as viewing your cases, submitting a case, submit an RX, upload files and attachments, view my files. Pickups gives you the opportunity to schedule a pickup straight from the operatory. Preferences. We have alerts and notifications that can be sent to your phone. This will give you the opportunity to find out if your case has been invoiced today. Also, you can get text messages as well, which would be your alerts portion. Account preferences would allow us to get to know you a little bit better on some of your needs. Your general instructions can let me know that you would like us to enter from the side door. Manufacturing preferences, we did a video on that and I'm sure you had an opportunity to watch that, but we pretty much right now are only focusing on the default preferences. My Messages gives you the opportunity to see any interactions between the lab and the office, and contacting the lab allows you to send a message that has nothing to do with the case. Your account settings are here, and this gives you the opportunity to make any changes. I'm going to go ahead and click on that so that you can get familiar with that. We'll start there. If you have any information that needs to be entered, as for shipping address, if your billing address is different, you can add that information here. You will be able to focus on your phone number being in place, your email being there. Also, your doctor's license number needs to be present. Anytime you change anything in the body of these fields, this will update your portal and you can save those changes. The next portion I would like to discuss with you is paying and pulling your statements. To make a payment, you can click directly on the accounting tab and then come down to make a payment. You can enter in your Amex card, your expiration, and your verification code. Remember, none of this information is passed on to the lab, so if you prefer to pay your bill from this side of the portal, you definitely can do so. You can save your card on file, or you can use a different card every single time. The billing address must be linked to the actual credit card itself in order for the credit card payment to go through. When making your payment, you can pay a selected amount, or you can pay whatever's due, or you can tell us exactly the amount that you would like to pay. Typically in this area you will see all of your different patients and they would be listed out, but because this is a mock account, we don't have any statements that have ever been issued from this mock account. But that would be the way that you would pay online. Moving on to the next tab, we want to address view your balance and payments. This area will show any payments or any failed payments that may have gone through. This is tracked every month as you make your payment, whether it's a check, whether it's a credit card payment, or whether it's an EFT. All of the information on what was paid would be here. And you can also view any credits that maybe have been issued for the month, any write-off, any charges, and any past due balances. Did you forget where you placed your statement? Well, that's no problem. Just go straight to View Statements, and each month listed all the way back to approximately 2011, we've been tracking your statements. You can click on this here View Details portion. It will download, and then you can open the download, and then you would be able to see all of your patients' information here. Moving right along, we definitely want to look at the View Sales. I think this is pretty interesting because it gives you the opportunity to know what your remakes were last year versus this year. Also, your quarter-to-date remakes It also gives you the opportunity to look at your month-to-date remakes, as well as any credits that may have been issued. Same thing, year, quarter, and month to date, as well as your sales. So each month you can track down what your sales pretty much look like, and it gives you a sales record. Thanks for your time. It's Lisa from Reliable Dental Lab. Now I'd like to move forward with submitting and tracking cases. First thing first is we want to view all cases. Any cases that have a gray or a green bubble, the green means that there's a case question. The gray means that there are attachments to that case. Anytime we'd like to open any of the information, we need to go to View Case Details. So let's take a look at this case. This case is actually for a denture. It's in the denture family. So if there's any case questions or any additional photos, it would definitely be present in this area to inform you. You could make a comment. You also can print out a work order if needed. But we've answered the case questions. That's why it went from being green to gray. This one has case questions as well. Let's take a look and see if we can find any information. The case is placed on hold, so you won't be able to see the inquiry. And this case is canceled, so you won't be able to see the inquiry on here. So all cases have a work order that allows you to see behind the scenes when the case is actually physically going to be due. This case was requested back in July of 2016. Boy, that didn't make its due date. And it was submitted on 9/14 of 2015. All information on the web comments lets you know that the office was communicating with the laboratory, and you pretty much can see all of the corresponding information that went back and forth. When submitting a case on the portal, we ask that you let us know, is it a new case, it is a remake case, or is it an adjustment case? If it's a remake case, of course, there's going to be an original case number that you need to attach. You also need to use the drop-down field and let us know what the problem was with the case. It does give you the submission date as well as the return time frame. We do ask that you select the correct doctor. If the first doctor was Dr. Deathwish, we ask that you stick with Dr. Deathwish if he actually did the case. But if the doctor did change during treatment or the doctor is no longer our provider, then you do select the right doctor so that we can make sure that the preferences go with the right doctor. We do ask that you give us the name. If you have the patient's chart, you can utilize that information from Dentrix. We do ask for a shade every single time unless it's a custom shade. If it's a custom shade, we do ask in general comments that you let us know. If you have a coupon, we ask that you put the coupon number inside of the coupon box. And the RX number, we do ask that either you utilize your Dentrix to use the RX number, select the sex of the patient, and the age of the patient is always appropriate to know exactly if the teeth are a little more worn or if they're young and vital. If you need to rush a case, we do ask that you select the box. Tell us the product that you're interested in receiving. And the shade and the body as well. After entering the pertinent information, we do ask that you attach your initials or your first name. That works a little bit better. Then moving forward, you have to add your product. All product is in alphabetical order, so if you reduce that field, then you'll see exactly what's here. So there's crown and denture. All ortho appliances are in the crown and denture. But we are looking for Emax, and that information is still in alphabetical order. And we're looking for 8 and 9, so we're going to go ahead and select those bubbles. It automatically created 2 as the quantity. You save that product. If you needed to add additional information, such as you wanted to put receipts, you can add that as well to 8 and 9. I'm typing them in this time so you can kind of see for yourself. And you manually put in number 2. And then you can save that information. If for whatever reasons you needed to upload any of the digital impressions or model scans or design, you can do so by selecting the bubble that you're interested in. And you can grab that information directly from your hard drive. And as soon as it's uploaded, it gives you that information. You also can remove that file as well by selecting remove. Each and every time you complete this, you are checking the box stating that the doctor has reviewed your lab slip, and then you are submitting your case. Now, all of this information goes in at real time, so you can definitely take on the lab side, we can see those cases as soon as they're entered into the system. If you forgot to upload any attachments, you can go here and you can add that patient's name. Although this isn't an X-ray, this just gives you an example of exactly what we're doing. And you can browse the files. You can grab that X-ray. You can add it. If it's not, in fact, the correct X-ray, you can go to another photo that's needed to attach to your case. To view your files, it gives you a general idea of some of the things that you attached. And this was back in 2013. In our mock account, we added this information. And at the time, we said X-ray because we typically don't have X-rays. We request that the office gives us X-rays. But due to HIPAA compliance, we want to make sure that we're not passing on any information that could be exploited. Welcome back. We'd love to spend a little time with you on your pickups. If you need to schedule a pickup, you go straight to this ad, and you should be able to let me know if it's a same-day rush. And you can tell me the date that it needs to be picked up. And if it has to coordinate with the time frame. We do charge for any rushes or repairs after 10 a.m. And you see here, this goes all the way from 12 a.m. all the way to 11 p.m. So we're going to request a pickup at 5 p.m. That has gone through. Pickup requested has successfully been submitted. And this sits here until we actually physically pick up that case, and then we go through. Once we pick your case up and it gets entered into the system, it automatically falls off on its own. The next portion of the preference guide erase that preference guide part. Sorry, Ryan. Would be alerts and notifications. When a case is entered into the system, you have the option of being notified when a new case is entered, when a case is placed on hold, customer is placed on COD, or if the case is invoiced. This will give you a little more power to know what cases are actually here. If you're checking cases in 2 days ahead of time, I do suggest that you add cases that are being invoiced because it will give you a real life time frame of what cases actually came into the lab and when they'll be dropped to your office. Cases that are to be received and shipped. And all of this can be compiled in a PDF, so you can have all this sent to you at the end of the day instead of throughout the day. You can have that information emailed to you at the end of the day, or you can have it text to you at the end of the day. These are all different ways to help you to know what cases will physically be in office. Your accounting preferences. This gives you the option of actually having your email sent to you for your statement, or you can have it printed and emailed as well. This is another feature that allows you to know when your bill is coming out and how you want it delivered. Do you want it hand delivered or do you want it digitally delivered? So in the manufacturing preferences, we spoke of that earlier in this guide. The next portion we would like to discuss is the product preferences. As of now, for this particular office, which anytime it has the all doctors, that means that that's the default. So we have to select the correct doctor in order to have the correct preferences for that doctor. So we have selected Dr. Deathwish. We would like to know, what does Dr. Deathwish really like for his cases? Some of the cases that Dr. Deathwish is interested in doing is Crown and Bridge, of course. He loves to do High Noble. And he also likes to keep us informed that he likes porcelain margins on all casted products. That can be saved. Ryan, I'm not going to do the defaults, the products at this time because my system's not set up to be able to give the correct information. I have to redo my my settings. So disregard, go all the way back to so your general instructions gives you the opportunity to let us know any questions or concerns or how you want us to deliver your cases. If you want all your cases to be mailed to a different location, this would be the area that you would put that information in to inform us. But that would be every case, not just one case. It would have to be every single case is delivered to a different location. With my messages, it lets you know back and forth any information that may have happened. We did a pickup request on the 15th, so it's giving us all the information that the office has sent out a request for a pickup. It also let us know that there was a case that was submitted and that we added information for the test dummy. If you need to contact the lab and it's not in regards to a specific case, can't do that right now, Ryan. So let's not talk about that either. That will conclude our tutorial for today. If you have any questions or concerns, we can definitely help you. You can always contact us at 702-259-9990, option 1. Or you can reach me at extension 9802. Thank you and have a great day.